So we're here today to talk about Masa Israel Teaching Fellows. I am the coordinator of the program, and Gili is one of our amazing alumni from Australia, who you'll hear speak in a moment. Just going to go over some of the basics, and then if you have questions, feel free to ask. So Masa Israel Teaching Fellows is a 10-month fellowship in Israel. Essentially, it's a joint project of the Ministry of Education and Masa and our stakeholders, obviously. This year we started our 10th year, so we're really excited, and we have 12 local authorities in the geographical and social periphery in Israel. We have fellows from all over English-speaking countries here in 12 different cities that are teaching English in Israeli school systems. Now during Corona, we'll get to that a little bit after, but now they're teaching on Zoom. They joined online learning, and they're teaching on Zoom English. The financial benefits of the program is that you get a monthly stipend. So for teachers, certified teachers, it's $1,180 US, which is 4,000 shekel. And for regular fellows, which is anyone with a BA, the stipend is $515 US, which is 1,750 shekel. In addition to your stipend, which you get every month, you get training, pedagogical training. You do not have to have an educational background to be on the program. You get mentoring, you get accommodations, your living accommodations, your apartment is paid for. You get staffing. Every single city has their own rakaz, which is someone who guides you throughout the way. And if you finish the program, you get a flight reimbursement. And you get staffing and insurance. Health insurance, we all know is important, and that is covered in your grant. What exactly are the aims of the program? We want to build a connection between young Jewish people from the diaspora to young Israelis. We want to strengthen the connection. We want them to understand that there are Jews, throughout the world. We want these kids to understand that there could be a connection of Jews that goes beyond Israel. Not every little Israeli kid knows that. We want to enhance the English speaking, spoken English in Israel. And we want to also focus on personal and professional development of our fellows. That's one of our most important goals, and I'll get into that in a moment. So essentially, we have 3 tracks. Like I said, we have teachers that are certified. You have to come with a certified, you learned in your degree is in education, and that is the teacher's track. We have a fellows track, which means you could have a bachelor's degree in anything. We've had lawyers, we've had doctors, we've had people who majored in business, and we have the STEM track. The STEM track is a project-based learning track where our fellows come with a background in science, technology, economics, or mathematics, and they teach based on this teaching method in schools. In English, they teach STEM-related subjects in English. Okay, so what does it entail? What does the program entail? So essentially, our fellows work 25 weekly hours. They have 4 weekly hours of volunteering in their city. The city becomes their home. They feel connected. They have a host family, and they want to give back. So they have 4 weekly hours of volunteering. Every Sunday is an educational trip day. So our organizers plan or educational day or a trip. We have pedagogical trainings so that our fellows feel comfortable in the classroom, and personal professional development such as leadership training that Masa has, volunteer opportunities for personal development sessions. We have Shabbatonim. We have a bunch of things that focus just on the fellow, and it goes outside of their teaching. Some of our achievements that we've had so far is 90% of school principals in Israel and English inspectors love the program, and they think it's beneficial and influential in terms of pedagogy. 82% of the fellows feel that participating in the program contributed significantly to their personal development. Like I said, we focus on the fellow. We have a lot of extracurricular programs that we like to offer. And 80% of the fellows maintain that their work in schools was very meaningful. They have an opportunity to continue this this chain of connection, and they feel very connected to their students. What does it look like in COVID, you might ask? I'm sure it's like the question everyone has. This year is obviously very different from other years. Our fellows have been teaching online. They went into school in the very beginning of the year, and then we were met with the second lockdown. So essentially, now they're teaching online. You can see here that the girls are teaching online. They make up their own lesson plans. They are able to have interactive Zoom calls. Here in this picture, you see that this was the first day of school. Our fellows came in and got little plans from their teachers. Every fellow has a host teacher, so their host teacher kind of guides them and tells them exactly what they need to do in the school. Here we have our fellows during Sukkot vacation, volunteering. They volunteer in soup kitchens. They volunteer at Magen David Adom. They are responsible for getting tons of kits, COVID kits, out to the Israeli population, and we're very, very proud of them. So that's something that that we've taken on during COVID. What exactly does it look like? So now we're teaching from home. We have an MITF digital toolbox that can really help our fellows, you know, with lesson plans, how to start a class, how to end a class, ideas, activities. We put a lot of effort into this toolbox to make it as easy for them as possible. Teaching from school. Essentially, I don't know if you're keeping up with, you know, I mean, I'm not keeping up because it changes every day, but in Israel, now the schools are open from grades 1 to 4. So when it is possible for our fellows to go to school, they do go to school. And even if their kids are older, they teach from the school. This way they could get out of the house. And something that we asked from our fellows this year is that they need to be flexible and open-minded. Fellows that come to Israel, we tend to tell them, in general, they need to be kind of go with the flow, and that's something that you learn here in Israel, but especially now during COVID, we like to put an emphasis on going with the flow. So that's my spiel, but I think that what's amazing is that we have here Gili Bar, who was a MITF fellow last year and is now working with us as a coordinator for Haifa. And I'd like Gili to maybe just say a few words about his experience as a fellow.
Hello, good evening. I believe Dana summed it up really, really well. My experience as a fellow was amazing. It was a really good change in my life to come over here to Israel and really contribute to Israeli society. The impact to the kids and the whole education system here was really rewarding. So you really, really impact these kids here in Israel. They really look up to you. You're like a god coming. Like it's amazing. It's also not just about teaching. It's the ability to really connect with the country on many levels. So as a fellow, like Dana mentioned, it's a well-rounded experience for personal development as well. So I was fortunate to really take part in lots of different things while I was here, attending leadership summits, various other cultural experiences to really, really get a feeling of Israel as a country. Trips, different times at the moment, but Masa will do everything they can, and the providers here to give you the best experience possible, even with Corona. And yeah, really, really strengthened my connection to Israel, and it was a really, really great experience, really, really well-rounded experience on all different levels. Recognize that it's a 10-month program, so it's a long time to be in Israel for. I think that's definitely taken into account as a fellow. As mentioned, I've now moved on to actually lead the program. I lead I'm a coordinator in Haifa, which is the same city I actually was in last year, which is a fantastic experience for me, a great opportunity to give back to the program which I was on as well. So lots of great things. I endorse the program. I'm here still working now for the program. So beautiful stuff. Love everything they do. And I think for anyone that's coming from Australia, you should definitely consider the program. We'd love to see more of you over here, that's for sure. And happy to take any other questions here, now, after, whenever.
Thanks.
So cheers. Thank you.
If you guys have questions, you can write it in the chat. I'm sure you can get I'll write my email address so that you can have it if you have any further questions. I'll write it here in the chat. And if there are no questions, then I guess you can move on.
Donna, do you mind if you just wrote it to all panelists? Do you mind if you just change the setting when you wrote in the chat to also all attendees as well, just so that they can see?
Perfect, of course.
Perfect. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. It's a really amazing program. Gilly, obviously, you've just been on it, and from Melbourne as well. Good to hear some Aussie accent. But if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. And yeah, we'll just wait another couple of minutes. If anyone doesn't have anything, then yeah.
That's why I brought him, because I know that the accent would really resonate with you guys.
Australia.
Get on the beers, as said by our Premier. If no one has any questions, I don't know if we have a whole lot more time, just because we have a session starting soon in the next couple of minutes. If anyone doesn't have any questions, then if you have anything else that you would like to say about the program, or if you've covered it all, then we can end it there, whatever suits you.
I like to summarize with just saying that MITF is really a immersive experience where you can come here in Israel, live like a local. Gili for sure feels at home in Haifa after being there for 10 months. And I know that a lot of our fellows have the same feeling. And even if they go back, they feel like Israel is a part of them and a piece of them. And it's an experience that you'll never get again. And you'll meet incredible human beings, see amazing things. Gili ran a full marathon in Tel Aviv last year with thousands of other Israelis. So we're really proud of our fellows, and we hope that maybe one day you can be one of them. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your time and giving in.
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolute pleasure.
Bye-bye.
All the best. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.